Shut up. It is Monday, September the 15th. Week 2 of the NFL is wrapping up tonight with a Monday night doubleheader. We'll give our live reactions to the 7 o'clock game. And if we are still on for the 10 o'clock game, we have a freaking problem. So do us a favor. Kick back. Yeah, we're gonna stay up and do a live reaction to the whole second game. See you till 1 a.m. Do us a favor. Kick back. Relax, because episode number 63, I hate you, Tyler, of 609 Sports Talk starts right now. And welcome in, everybody, to 609 Sports Talk once again for September the 15th, 2025. This is episode number 63. It feels like yesterday that we just hit 50, and we're already at 63. The countdown to 100 is close. I hope people realize that. But as always, this is the show that unites fans, ignites debate. Hit that like on Facebook. Hit that subscribe over on YouTube. Check us out there live every Monday. Also, you can check us out on Spotify every Wednesday when these episodes drop. And of course, these are the two hosts that you listen to every Monday. Sam Nelson, Tyler Adams. Mr. Adams, fresh off of our trip to State College over the weekend, which was a very fun trip. I honestly probably enjoyed all the activities outside of the game itself, actually. And that's always the good. No, I'm serious. That's a good thing. You know, when you go on the road trip with some friends, you want to enjoy the whole trip. Yeah, you want to go. You went for a specific reasoning. You know, you went to a Penn State game, and that's always fun. But it's always the little things around that you want to enjoy. And I, for one, was very sad that it ended so quickly. Maybe next time I'll go for 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Oh, man.
No. There's not enough to do up in that part of Pennsylvania for me.
You might be working on a ranch. You're there for 2 weeks.
A lot of farm country up there. But fresh off our trip, Tyler, how are we doing today?
We're doing good. We are, of course, celebrating the second Victory Monday of the new season. Speaking of the man himself, what's going on, Alex?
What's up, Smithers? How we doing, buddy? AJ said, let me say...
You go ahead and read the comment.
Yeah. What's up?
We do not agree with you, Anthony.
Anthony, I've been hearing this for 3 years, and it still isn't going to happen.
I think he's talking in terms of his fantasy football. Because Anthony probably took AJ with some pretty high hopes. And let's see, what was his ending performance? Even though we got the win, I could care either way. I do not. But by the way, he finished with 5 catches for 27 yards.
It's a lot better than 1 for 8.
Yeah, it is. He did have one drop, 2 drops.
Okay, so now, Anthony, that's different, okay? If that's what we're talking, okay, I'm on board. You know, you can't trust some guys with fantasy all the time. I got you. I thought you were talking about actual season.
Ja'Marr Chase came out of the shadows yesterday. And then Joe Burrow went in and crawled into the shadows.
Yeah. He's not leaving in a shadow this time. He's going back into the cave for 3 months.
Yeah. So, lots to talk about, definitely. But, yeah, an interesting weekend in the NFL. Some more games going here. And an interesting weekend of college football.
Oh, my God. If you guys want to see some college football nut jobs, we have a TV on in the hotel. We have the TV on. Tyler's got his laptop because for some reason, the hotel has every major channel. It's at NBC. Make that make sense.
Who doesn't have NBC?
Yeah, right. But I mean, we have the LSU and Florida game, which, by the way, DJ Lagway, please be benched after that performance against the Tigers.
Ooh, man.
And
Don't say that
then,
when Mike's around. I think Mike's a Gators fan.
well, the Gators. Well, the Gators they're about to be swamped. But then we got the Notre Dame A&M game on the laptop. That was a great game. Absolutely terrific. Oh, boy. All right, Anthony wants to know, is Jalen Hurts not playing like a top quarterback or the offensive coordinator not calling the right plays? Anthony, we're going to get to that right now, actually. So, Tyler, I have to do some sharing real quick. Because Anthony wants to know, Matt has already warned me he will be in attendance for the show tonight at some point, hopefully. And I already know his brother is already calling for heads in week 2. Tyler, do you, after yesterday's 20-17 victory, which the Eagles defeated the Kansas City Chiefs, Vic Fangio's defense once again stifled the Chiefs in Arrowhead. The Eagles have now won their 3rd straight game against the Chiefs. Since the Super Bowl a couple of years ago, they went to Arrowhead in 2023 and won. Of course, we saw what happened last year in the Super Bowl, and of course, just yesterday. Jalen Hurts, though, only accounted for 101 passing yards. Now, he was 15 for 22. Devontae Smith was the leading receiver with 50-plus yards. Saquon rushed for 88 and another touchdown. Thank you, fantasy points, even though that's about all of the positivity for fantasy that I had this week. But, Tyler, should we, or are we? I'll say are we, not should we. Because if I say should, then that could open up a whole other can of worms. Are you concerned with the Eagles' passing offense 2 weeks into the season? The floor is yours.
So there's a lot to open up with that question here. I think the best way to start is to look at your opponents. Dallas Cowboys, they're not a bad team. We were never going to beat up on them week 1. Probably the biggest rivalry in our division. But why are people acting like we were supposed to light the Chiefs up and, have like 400 total offensive yards and it was just going to be a high-scoring game? This game went about exactly how I expected it to go. 2 good defenses. Yes, the Spagnuolo still puts together a good unit, even though you start recognizing less and less of the names on it. They're very well coached. Is the 100 passing yards something to be concerned with? If we get into a situation and we start to see where when we need to pass the ball and we're not able to, then I'm going to be worried. From what I've seen so far, the defense has been playing great. They've been getting very favorable field positioning, especially special teams as well. And there hasn't been a whole lot of field to work with to, rack up all those passing yards, all those rushing yards. Now, I get it. Some people also look at it as, okay, Jalen only had 101. Well, Saquon didn't even have a 100-yard game. So what happened the whole game? Well, a lot of defense being played on both sides, a lot of time management. It's not like Jalen had a bad game, didn't turn the ball over. Mahomes turned the ball over, and the biggest moment of the game, it turned the course of the game right there. If Travis does catch that and they get the touchdown, then we would really be seeing how good or bad that passing offense really is, because they would have needed to respond. But it's early in the season. We've seen it last year. We've had games last year where Jalen didn't need to throw the ball for that much. Is this the same Kellen Moore offense? No, it is not. I do think Kellen Moore was at least twice as good as a play caller as Petula. And that's not a knock against Petula at all, because he's still new to this. But there obviously is, the experience difference between the two. We were never going to see the same exact offense from last year. But from what I've seen, they're playing solid all-around team football. All three aspects of the game: offense, special teams, and defense. And they're finding ways to secure the victories. I mean, yeah, people like the comfortable wins, like when we blew the Chiefs out in the Super Bowl. They like when we're up by double digits. Playing against all these good teams, the Eagles have one of the hardest schedules in the league this year. It is not going to be easy. We're not going to be blowing out the Chiefs. We're not going to be blowing out any of the top teams that we face. The points are going to be at a premium.
No, I completely agree. And here's the thing. I understand the fear. I get it. Brian Johnson. Oh, my God. Brian Johnson. I'm aware of that. Trust me. I couldn't stand Brian Johnson as much as the next guy. I was not. To me, I don't even think Patullo is bad at coaching a passing offense. I personally just think he went into the game not prepared to pass the football a lot. I think they went in with this conservative game plan. They were going to give the ball to Saquon Barkley. They were going to try to make some plays through the air if they could. The problem is, my issue with the Eagles pass game is with the amount of money. So let me explain where I was coming from with this on Sunday when I texted you. They have got $100 million wrapped up in A.J. Brown. They have at least 80 plus million wrapped up in Devontae Smith. They have a lot of money wrapped up in Saquon Barkley to open up the pass game, just as much as it is to run the football effectively. They have a lot of money in that offensive line, not only to have one of the best rushing offenses in football, but to protect Jalen Hurts. What I was saying was about Dallas Goedert. He is literally the last thing on that totem pole. He is on a 1-year deal. He is not here after next year if the season ends today. He cannot be this vital. Well, my point is that with the amount of money we have in these other things, they still have to be having some type of an effective passing offense. However, I didn't think the passing offense on Thursday against Dallas was bad at all. I think AJ was hurt, and I still think AJ is trying to get healthy. I saw a couple plays though on Sunday where I'm like, yeah, see, that's the AJ Brown I've been looking for. That catch when he's falling down with one hand. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
The one catch before the half where he actually got a first down, the one that Nick let the clock roll and let Jay kick it, he rolled over his defender. That's a first down. He was never down. Go back and watch it every time. He never hits the ground until he's over the marker, and they missed it. But, I mean, Devontae Smith, he threw that deep ball. The one thing I will say, and let me explain this. I've said this back in 2021 with Shane Steichen. I said this back in 2022 with Shane Steichen. I said this back in 2023 with Brian Johnson. I said this last year with Kellen Moore. The reason it was a little more disguised last year is because you had a running back that was going off all week in and week out. I have no idea why in this playbook we have zero answers for a blitz. They blitzed Jalen. Listen to this. He was blitzed 64% of the time yesterday. Cover zero. All-out blitz. And everybody, and your two most important wide receivers are running downfield. Can nobody cross over the middle and just catch the ball short and try to turn upfield?
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not overly concerned yet, but how are we not able to scheme people open? I have no clue.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a bit of a curve, an adjustment that Patullo needs to make. We see Vic Fangio on the defensive side. All those halftime adjustments, we always see it. His unit always seems to come out looking better in the second half than he did in the first half. He makes changes. You're telling me at halftime Patullo can't realize, okay, nothing's really happening too much. The pressure's nonstop. Let me draw up some quick plays, some bang-bang releases that we can, get a few yards, keep moving closer to the chains, and advance the ball down the field. but you didn't see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to come out and say I'm worried. And this definitely isn't on Jalen Hurts. Not at all. He's making the passes he needs to make. 7 incompletions, a couple of them were drops. It's not his fault that he's being put into a situation with another new offensive coordinator again. And one that isn't the same quality as your Shane Steichen or your Kellen Moore. He's not as bad as Brian Johnson. Now, granted, it's only been 2 games. Brian Johnson had a couple good games when he was there a couple years ago, too. So I'll say that. Am I 100% sold on Patullo as the OC? No, not yet. But what we're talking about really does fall on him because, like you said, all the money in the offense. This is probably one of the most talented offenses in the league. Across the board, offensive line, receivers, running back, quarterback. Kevin Patullo needs to start opening up that playbook a little more and finding those plays that can win him games consistently. Because it's not looking consistent so far.
And now, based off of the people talking about Brian Johnson, first off, I remember what people were saying the first 6 weeks of the season last year about Kellen Moore. Don't act like you all were all Mr. Kellen Moore last year either. We all were the same skeptical as we were this year. Remember, Kellen Moore's offense was nothing different than what we saw the 2 years prior. Kellen just knows what plays worked and what plays didn't. And once again, let me just go through this. Well, actually, before we do, let me go to some comments so we get everybody in here. First of all, what's up, Carol? Happy Victory Monday. Push prevails. Oh, Carol, it prevails every time. 92% of the time, I think they say. Right, Travis Kelce? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Well, it's all right, Travis. Shake it off. It's okay. A loss. Shake it off, baby. Anthony said, would you feel like this if the Chiefs was fully healthy and the score was switched around? Anthony, they weren't beating us fully healthy. I don't really care. I mean, Anthony, they had Xavier Worthy in the Super Bowl last year too. Okay, and Rashee Rice. I'm tired of Rashee Rice. I'm sick of hearing it. Oh, we don't have Rashee Rice. We don't have Rashee Rice. He's not Jerry Rice, guys.
Yeah, I mean,
the guy's career high yards like 800. Relax. And the Chiefs still have, without those two, enough to honestly still had enough yesterday to beat the Eagles. Zol said, watching it, I felt you guys played your C game, maybe C+, and you won. Yeah, exactly. If that's how my C game looks, I'm chilling.
And again, yes, the Chiefs are 0-2 now. They're not a bad team. They'll bounce back.
Exactly. So I don't freaking I see everyone's playing their C games. No one has anything out in 2 weeks. And again, I don't think offensively against Dallas they played that bad. They were fully healthy. Well, they were healthy. They were all on the field. I still don't think AJ Brown was fully healthy for that Dallas game, but the offense looked more crisp when Dallas Goedert was out there. Yeah, Bruiser. The Broncos did play a good game, but guess what? The Broncos had a better looking offense and lost.
Yep.
Exactly. Zolt. They keep talking about, oh, we don't have Rashee Rice. Well, tell them to stop being an idiot off the field. So, like, enough with the Rashee Rice stuff, okay? Every time I have to hear about Rashee Rice, the guy actually it's Randy Moss in his prime. Reason that's fine. And then Eagles are 2-0 and the Broncos are 1-1, so I don't care.
Bruiser Bo Nix did not play a better week 1 than Jalen Hurts. Their offense was not better than theirs in week 1.
Yeah,
Maybe
that was
week
against the
2 I can give it
Titans.
to you. And that was against the Titans. Week 2 I can give to you. They went toe for toe against Indianapolis. The dream
Daniel
team.
Jones is 2-0. Let's take that for a second.
Yeah. That Colts team is scary. Really scary.
They honestly, they are. They look good. But again, no team. But exactly like Bruiser keeps bringing up the Broncos. It's a perfect example. Week 1, they looked terrible. Week 2, they looked better on the offensive side. No team has looked good through 2 weeks consistently.
Except for the Colts.
Except for the Colts. I don't know. I may have to disqualify that Dolphins one a little bit. So I'm okay. I'm just chilling. Look, they're 2-0. Who cares? You know what the difference is between 2023 and now? They got Vic Fangio. So until this offense gets itself together, he's going to keep them in the games.
I just saw the funniest thing in the game. Baker Mayfield has to scramble, and Anderson Jr. is coming for him. He tackles him. He thought he sacked him short of the sticks. He got the first down. Baker looked at him. He pointed to the board. He was like, "It's a first down, buddy. Don't celebrate too much."
Anthony say, you know who played? Oh yeah, Harris saw that. My bad, Anthony. Almost reread it.
Daniel Jones is honestly one of the top quarterbacks through 2 weeks. It's crazy. Who would have thought?
And Bruiser, we can all agree about being happy about a 2 Chiefs team. No crap about the Chiefs.
Yeah. Let them cry more.
All right, I'll give you the bill. All right, no
Packers.
Hold on. I'm sold on the Bills' offense. Don't tell me that defense is good after beating the Jets. Because they were getting lit up by Baltimore before freaking Josh Allen had to literally save their behinds. Packers, I'll give you. So I'll give you the Packers. I will 100% give you the Packers.
What about the Ravens' bounce back week? Didn't play the greatest team, but, bounce back's a bounce back.
Yeah, exactly. So they played well. Both these teams are playing well. Those teams have played very well.
But hey, at the end of the day, they got a win, and it wasn't like it was an ugly win. It was just close. It wasn't an ugly game. It wasn't, we turned the ball over like 3 times, and we barely won. It was a clean game. They didn't get penalized a whole lot either. It wasn't as bad as week 1 against Dallas.
Yeah, no. And again, I thought Dallas in week 1, I thought the offense looked better. I thought they looked better because they had everybody out there, and Jalen was able to use the middle of the... Yeah. First of all, the other thing we have to understand, Steve Spagnuolo is way better of a defensive coordinator than Matt Eberflus.
Yes.
I think we all need to come... Matt Eberflus just let Russell Wilson turn back the clock about a decade yesterday.
After people wanted him benched, and he made him look like prime Super Bowl champion Russ Wilson.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't...
And they still lost. So sad.
Yeah, don't get me started with that one, but no, I'm not overly concerned. Like I said, I am done overreacting to how the Eagles look in the first 4 weeks of the season. We saw this last year. We saw it till week 6 last year.
Yeah.
We saw it against the Falcons with the defense let them go right down the field. Offense stalled late. Then we saw the Saints game where we only scored 10 points and we won somehow. Then the Bucks game, we got shellacked, and the offense couldn't do anything. Granted, it was about 900 degrees outside.
Yeah, and we were down like 5 players.
And then we go back and we look at freaking the Browns game, which we won at home after the bye week. They won 16-10. And everybody was still calling for Nick to be fired.
Yeah, because it was the Browns. They were bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's still early. Talk to me about the midway point of the season. If we're losing games and it's looking bad, we'll revisit this. But what is there to panic about being 2-0, starting off against the Cowboys and the Chiefs?
Yeah. And that's the problem that everyone has. Oh, the Eagles' schedule, it's a gauntlet this year. They're never going to be as good as people said they were. But when they start coming out and they win these close games, everyone's like, oh, we got to think of something to hate about them now.
Exactly.
Oh, my God, Anthony. That's terrible. Terrible.
Zol, you just want that to happen so that way the Lions have a chance at winning the NFC.
I don't know. If after what I saw yesterday, they may be back in the conversation.
There's a lot of good teams in the NFC this year.
Yeah, but great teams put up 50. That was
bad defenses allow 50.
That's Dennis Allen's problem. and bad quarterbacks don't complete 50% of their throws. But no, I'm not concerned. Like we said, talk to me around week 6. If week 6 we come out in week 6 and AJ Brown and Devontae Smith combined have not had at least one 75-yard game, then I'm concerned. But once again, this is the point. They are a run-first team. They are a run-heavy team with Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts. The passing game almost is second nature to them. They don't care how they pass the football. They want to win their style of football, which is running it down your throat and killing the clock all day. It's exactly the kind of brand of football they want. They've put together one of the best offensive lines in football, the best, in my opinion, the best offensive line in football, and they are taking advantage of it day in and day out. And they're going to run the football until you prove to them you can stop it, which so far they've proven they cannot.
Yep.
So, like I said, Patullo right now is going with what works. So I'm not concerned yet. Like I said, if we're 6 weeks into this thing and we still don't have at least one receiver with a 75-yard game, then all right, let's be concerned. Then let's get concerned about stuff. But for now, I'm not concerned at all.
Yeah. Now here, I mean, you talk about the schedule, right? Los Angeles Rams next week. It's going to be a close game. Tampa Bay, going to be a close game. Denver, probably will be a close game. New York might be the only team that they have a chance of beating by at least 10 or more points. And I'm not even saying it's going to be a blowout. So it's a tough schedule. It's a very tough schedule. Not easy at all. So, as long as they're not playing sloppy football, which I don't think they were playing sloppy at all, we would know if they were playing sloppy football. It's just we want to see a bit more production on the offensive side of the ball.
For once, again, I'm not overly concerned. I'm not doing this 2 weeks into the season. I expected, honestly, I thought this was a game they were going to lose anyway. I thought the Chiefs would come out and be so mad and pissed off, and the fact that they were desperate coming into this game because they lost to the Chargers, that they would come out with a sense of urgency and just win the game because they were better than the Eagles. And for some parts, I thought they had played some parts of the game better, but they still lost the game.
Yep.
I love that, though. How the Eagles can win, they can win ugly, but the team outplays them pretty. The team plays pretty and loses better than the team that wins and that's ugly. Okay. Made that make sense to me.
Yeah.
But now let's go to the other side of the football for a minute here. We were talking about the offense for over a half hour. Let's get over to the defensive side of the football. That unit is getting better and better. And now that Nimrod kept his bodily fluids to himself and didn't friggin' hawk two on somebody, you saw the impact that Jalen Carter has on this team. You saw the impact that Jalen Carter has on a defense.
And we knew what the impact would be. And if anyone said that Jalen Carter missing week 1 didn't matter, is stupid or blind. Because the first drive down the field, they just walked the ball right through the middle of the defense. This week, that didn't happen as much. I don't know what the longest run was by the Chiefs. It was probably from Patrick Mahomes.
He's been their leading rusher for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah. Tell me the Chiefs are going to be a Super Bowl team with Patrick Mahomes being the leading rusher.
I don't know what that leg injury did to Isaiah Pacheco, but he don't look like the same person that he used to be.
I never thought Pacheco was really all that anyways. I feel like he had one really good year, and then everyone just thought he was a star. Big addition out of Za'Darius Smith.
Oh my God. He looks like he's 28.
All over the field. I knew we were going to get a good contributor out of him. He had a good year last year. He's not done yet. He can still ball.
He's their best free agent acquisition from this past offseason. He just signed a week ago.
Yeah. The great ball awareness from the young rookie Makuba. I was a little upset when he got dropped by Mahomes. And I was
then
a little
he dropped
worried.
Hollywood Brown.
But yeah, then he dropped Hollywood Brown. I was like, okay, all right, we're good. We're good. Cooper DeJean, tackling machine. Makuba and Za'Darius. I forgot Makuba was in on a half a sack as well. He stopped up Mahomes, and then Smith came and finished it. Marajomo had a sack. The unit is just meshing together, and with Jalen Carter being back out there, they are a force to be reckoned with. But there is the one but, and it is how bad Adoree Jackson is.
Oh my God.
I don't care. Bennett cannot be worse than Adoree Jackson.
Well, I don't know. You saw the effort that he gave on the Mahomes touchdown. Didn't really fight too hard to get off that block, so.
Do I want that or the guy who gets his ankles broken on a freaking one-on-one against Thornton? Bennett, just think about it. Bennett never has the opportunity to blow that coverage if Mahomes actually just hits wide open Thornton after Adoree got cooked. Just because it wasn't a touchdown doesn't mean Adoree Jackson did a good job. That was horrible.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson only got luckily bailed out of this game because Patrick Mahomes' deep ball accuracy has gone severely down over the past 2+ years. He had that guy wide. I don't know who it was. I think it was Thornton. He had Thornton wide open, and he just overshot him by 10 yards. And that happened because Adoree Jackson managed to run into his own teammate.
Yep.
He managed to. So, I mean, like, I don't know what they do at cornerback, too, at this point. They clearly don't like Bennett enough. Ringo has not shown them anything. I will say that Jackson was not picked on as much this week. Now, I will say that it has to do with the fact that the Chiefs don't have any wide receivers, but I need Vic Fangio, Howie Roseman, and Nick Sirianni to realize that we are going into a game next week with Davante Adams and Puka Nacua.
Just even last year, the Eagles got picked on by Puka Nacua with all their cornerbacks and whatever was left of Cooper Kupp. And now they have Davante Adams and Puka Nacua. I don't like the prospect of our pass defense next week. I don't. I'm worried. Because all I've seen from 2 weeks is Puka Nacua killing people and Davante Adams just his partner in crime. The Eagles next week may have to score 30-plus points to win the game.
Yeah. Now, the Rams did lose Ahkello Witherspoon. He's going to be placed on IR with an injury, and the Rams secondary still not that good. So the Eagles may be able to, if there's a week to try to start fixing this offense, it could be this week. And like we said, I know the Rams have that vial of pass rushers, but
their secondary's not that good.
And their run defense still isn't that good.
Yeah. So that's where you gotta Patulli better start game planning now.
So, but now let's keep on the defense here. You know, we saw Jalen Carter open up everything. Zadarius Smith had a good game. Freaking Moro Jomo had a good game. Jordan Davis played a really good game. Now, he got a little banged up late. It looks like he had a little bit of a hamstring cramp, it looked like. They were trying to, I don't know if anyone saw that shot on the sideline on Fox. That was a very particular way to unloosen a hamstring, but I felt like the entire defensive line played well. I thought Nolan Smith and Jalen. I thought Jalen Hunt was playing a great game. He got held about 12 freaking times.
Yeah, he did. Holding his face mask, everything.
Oh my God, it was atrocious. But let's talk about the young stud, Andrew Mukuba. What a game. 6 total tackles. Half a sack.
Yep.
First career interception. Excellent play on the ball, too. That's a hard play to make when the ball gets through a receiver's hands. He tries to deflect it.
Oh, yeah, the adjustment to be able to make.
I thought he played a better game. I thought he played a lot better. Now, I still think, I don't know about the touchdown to Thornton. I don't know if that's Blankenship supposed to be back there, but Mukuba is behind. So if you go back and look at that play, the Chiefs have a bunched formation. They've got 2 corners there, and then Makuba's there. But the receivers, none of the receivers run toward Makuba. And he, for some reason, comes up on the play. So then Blankenship sees someone crossing all the way over, and then Blankenship goes to where Makuba was. I don't know if Makuba's supposed to stay there, and then Blankenship is supposed to be retreating, or Blankenship is just supposed to stay back there and not do anything. But one of those two busted the coverage, and Quinyon, give him credit. Give Quinyon Mitchell credit for the speed he showed to get to that ball, and at least almost make a play on it.
So I'm rewatching it now real quick. Try to
watch Makuba.
So Makuba,
watch Blankenship.
Makuba drifted way too far up. So I believe the issue is that Reed didn't see that the guy was going right in behind him. Makuba dropped way too far in. He was supposed to stay a little more shallow for that guy coming across the middle. And if that happens, Reed doesn't have to go try to make a play for him. And then Reed's probably able to command the middle of the field better, and that pass never goes. But I would have much rather given up a 20-yard pass than a 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
So, in that situation, yes, I would like Reed to be a little more aware of let's protect the end zone rather than trying to defend a chunk play.
Yeah. I'd rather give up the chunk play than the big play.
Trust me, this is a play. This is going to be highlighted in film all week.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I do not think we'll see a blown coverage like this again the rest of the year. Now, Adoree Jackson tripping, I can't make any promises. We can't help that. We can't help that.
Bad. Adoree Jackson was saved by the fact that Mahomes overshot someone twice because he gave up another deep route earlier in the game that luckily it hit the guy's hands because Mahomes overthrew it by a tad.
Yeah.
Adoree Jackson is so bad.
And then Adoree Jackson gets like one pass breakup a game, and that saves him.
It really does.
And then he's the best. He's the best cornerback 2 in the league at that point. But that's just going to be what we're going to have to deal with this season. I don't see how they fix this cornerback 2 issue. I don't see how it's possible. Unless if they can trade for somebody, I don't know who they would even trade for. What do the Steelers want for what's his name? The younger one.
Oh, who are you thinking of?
I'm forgetting the name. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Who are you talking about? The Steelers?
Yeah.
What, Joey Porter?
Porter. Yeah, there we go.
Jesus Christ.
I knew he was a junior. I couldn't think of the name. Joey Porter Jr. can't be as bad as Adoree Jackson. What do they want for him? I don't even know how they've been playing their corners. Now that they got
probably AJ Brown.
Slay.
Well, Ramsey, they've been kind of moving Ramsey around the field a lot, so I don't know. Porter and Slay have been mostly the outside guys. Ramsey's playing outside, but they've been moving him around a little bit this year, which is something I found interesting. But all in all, the defense looked good. The defensive line looked great. The Zadarius Smith addition looks to be a very big one. Josh Uche was the highest graded Eagles defender in week 2. Once again, Josh Uche has been playing really good football so far for the Eagles. And Azeez Ojulari is probably going to get cut by week 4 because
you got Zadarius Smith.
You got Zadarius Smith. Same thing with Okonkwo, or whatever his name is, that they signed earlier in the offseason. I have no idea what they're doing with that. But good luck with that. But let me see what Zolt said here. Pittsburgh thinks they're in contention for their division. They're not trading anybody.
I'd love to know what division they think they're in. Well, you know what? The Browns suck. The Bengals are probably going to be terrible now. I don't see how the Bengals can compete 3 months to have Joe Burrow come back and get them anywhere. And they got a pretty tough schedule coming up here. This is the Bengals. They got Minnesota, Denver, Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, the Jets, the Bears, Pittsburgh again. And then, honestly, that Pittsburgh game, no, they still won't have him back by then. Burrow won't be back until probably Christmas time. Burrow's season's done. Why are you going to bring him back? At that point, unless if they're somehow in wild card contention by December, and he can actually come back and benefit them, his season's done.
We got to hop into that right now.
Might because as well.
Also, just real quickly, before we switch to the Bengals here, and I know I've kind of been a little out of it right now with this first topic. My apologies, but I will say that Mike Hilton workout the Eagles had last week, I may just be considering bringing in Hilton and then just throw Cooper on the outside, see what works. We can't keep doing this, man. You can't keep playing with the Adoree Jackson stuff. It's annoying, and I'm sick of it.
I need a guy who can at least stay on his feet.
A guy that at least doesn't get blown by every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh, we do actually have some little news. The Eagles waived Lewis Cine from IR this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Not sure what that does in terms of roster. I don't think anything because it wasn't a roster spot because he was on IR. That's a good... Interesting. That'd be interesting to monitor if that does anything. But yeah, let's go back over to the Bengals. Yeah, their season's done. Jake Browning ain't going to get you much.
Yeah, no.
And this is the point. The Bengals, and once again, this injury happened because that offensive line is atrocious. It literally happened because it literally just, I don't understand.
Nah, they needed Shamar Stewart, Sam. The guy who had 2 tackles, no sacks, no tackle for loss. But guess who did have a sack and a tackle for loss? Take a guess.
Hendrickson?
Trey Hendrickson.
What else is new?
Man, it's almost like Shamar Stewart just stinks. Wish someone could have told them that when they were drafting in the first round this year. Because, offensive lineman looks a little good right now. So, yeah, like I was saying before, his at least 3 month time frame after he has the surgery, best case scenario puts him midway through December. That leaves only 2 more weeks of the regular season after that before the playoffs?
Something like that.
They're going to need something magical out of Jake Browning. Now, Browning, if he didn't throw 3 interceptions, he didn't play a terrible game. And Zoe, I'm glad you said that because I agree. I would have thought this was the worst news for Jamar Chase fantasy owners until I saw how the rest of that game went. And his numbers just kept going up and up and up and up and up. Jamar Chase is going to be the best friend to a very lackluster Jake Browning. But Browning, 21 for 32, 241 passing yards, didn't play the whole game. I forget at what point he came in. Was it the second quarter? Something like that. 2 passing touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Only one more interception than Trevor Lawrence, and he almost matched Trevor Lawrence's passing yards, and Lawrence played the whole game. So, Jags fans, good luck. But yeah. I don't think the Bengals are completely done. Browning, with the talent that is around him at least, they'll win some games. Do I think they're going to be in the playoff contention? Hell no. I think they can probably get to about 500 with him. That's about it.
All right, so hold on. So Joe Burrow's out for the next 3 months, right?
Yep.
So that puts us in December. Okay. Let's be generous here. Let's go through this real quick. So next game up, hold on. That's preseason, sorry. So next week they're at Minnesota. That is going to be Brandon Browning against Carson Wentz.
Nice.
McCarthy's out this week.
I know.
So take your poison with that game. I'm not even going near it.
That's crazy. That my top 2 receivers, Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, both have to have backup quarterbacks throwing the ball to them.
Oh, God. You're having a great start to fantasy football.
You know what? McCarthy wasn't really getting Jefferson the ball. So it might take Carson Wentz to get him the damn football. But yeah, who wins that? Battle of the backups at Minnesota? Honestly, with how lackluster Minnesota's offense was looking, don't know who to put the blame on for that. I'll take the Bengals in that game. We're not even at around the NFL yet, but I'm just saying I think I'm going to take the Bengals in that game. And I feel like it's I don't know, is it a coaching thing? Because like we saw it week 1 with the Vikings. McCarthy took a while to get anything going. And at week 2, they couldn't get anything going. They couldn't get the ball moving on the ground, running it. It was just very lackluster.
Yeah. And Zolt's putting it here about the Bengals that Chase Brown's going to take it. Teams will sell out against the run and make Browning try to beat them. Yeah, we've seen how that goes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
But no, let me go back to the Bengals schedule. So for the rest of this month, they're at Minnesota, at Denver. All right, so at worst there, I see them going 1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Anthony, it doesn't sound like he's going to play. And Aaron Jones is out this week, too.
Yeah, I saw. That's why I said it's going to be so lackluster. It already was.
So then for the whole month of November, they go home against Chicago. They should win that game, but I don't know. Then they have a bye week. Then they go at Pittsburgh. Without Joe Burrow, they're losing. Versus at home against New England. That's a toss-up.
Did you miss a couple of games?
Oh, crap.
Did you say Detroit and
Wow, I freaking jumped the whole month of October.
Damn, man, you skipped the whole month of October.
No, you know what it was? I had it at the beginning, and then it the freaking score mobile popped over the month for some reason. All right, so they get Vikings, Broncos, then they go Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh.
That's double loss.
That's right now. You're looking at a 1-3 start with Joe Burrow being out.
Pittsburgh. That's probably going to be a loss too.
Yep. The Jets, they may luck out and win.
I gotta see some more from the Jets. Yes, they're 0-2, but I don't know. Jets and Bears might be their only opportunities to pick up a couple of wins after that stretch.
Yeah. So I already spoiled it and went over November, which is home against Chicago, bye week, then at Pittsburgh versus New England, and then at Baltimore. So then we're looking at mid-December for a Burrow return. First 2 games of December are at Buffalo and versus Baltimore.
And he won't be back by then. Everything would have to go extremely right for him to play December 14th against Baltimore. Man, if Cincinnati had any good corners, I would say let's trade him Tanner McKee.
Fair point. That's you make a fair point there. It's a shame they traded their only one.
Yep.
But yeah, so it's not looking good for Baltimore. The freaking the Bengals. Not looking good.
But for Baltimore, it looks like a cakewalk of a division.
Yeah, the only competition you have now is the Steelers, and I don't know how much of competition they are.
Not enough.
So
something else notable to talk about.
What's that?
The Falcons and their kicking debacle.
It's not a debacle anymore, bud.
It's not a debacle. It only took 4 quarters.
It took 1 kick in week 1. I mean, that game didn't have a touchdown until the final minute.
Yeah.
Romo, field goal in the first. Romo, another field goal in the first. Then we had Minnesota get a field goal. Then Romo again. Then Minnesota again. Then Romo. And then Algier finally tapped in with a touchdown at the end. Even though Bijan Robinson went absolutely crazy for 143 rushing yards.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Michael Penix played okay, 13-21 for $135. J.J. McCarthy did not play well at all. 2 interceptions and was sacked 6 times. Man. I'll tell you one thing. Let's just look at this. Jalen Walker had a sack. He was one of their first-round picks this year. Xavier Watts had his first career interception. Billy Bowman had an interception. I believe that was his first of his career. The Falcons' defensive draft is looking pretty good.
It is.
So far to start the season. Oh, Anthony, I'm going to get to that in just a second because no, I'm not doing it.
So do you agree with him or no?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
So, Atlanta looks all right. It's going to be them in Tampa for this division. I mean, that game in week 1 was close. I mean, it literally came off of a freaking missed field goal to win it.
Yeah.
But
if only they realized they needed a new kicker sooner, they probably would have won.
Yeah, right. In terms of Minnesota, they just don't look good. JJ does not look good. The offense doesn't look good. And honestly, the run defense doesn't look good either.
Anthony, 100%. Russell Wilson. I don't even want to hear people talk about Jackson Dart starting before week 5 or week 6. People were just so enamored by Jackson Dart that they didn't even want to give Russ a chance to do anything. He could still throw the football. He was slinging it out there. So definitely, give Dart some time. Let him sit back. Let him develop. You don't got to throw him into anything. Yeah, Giants are 0-2. They lost a close game in overtime. They probably shouldn't have been there. They definitely wouldn't have been in that situation if it wasn't for Russell Wilson. Anthony, I don't want to hear they gave up the game. He had a hell of a game. They are not in overtime for him to quote unquote give up the game without him. I watched some of that overtime before I put the Eagles game on. Both teams atrocious at executing to try and win the game. I think each team got 3 chances or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
And at that point, all you needed was just get into field goal range, and that was it.
Well, first of all, let me ask you this, okay? Brian Daboll. I don't even know who your defensive coordinator is at this point. Who was coaching that defense with that defensive line? Because the Giants are doing what the Giants used to do back when they had Justin Tuck, Matthias Kiwanuka, O.C. Umenyiora, JPP. They're putting 3 pass rushers on the field with Dexter Lawrence. They're not putting anyone else out there. They got Lawrence, Burns, Carter, and Thibodeaux on the field at the same time. Why in the world are we playing the prevent defense when the Cowboys have a kicker that can be good from 80 yards out? What on earth are we doing?
Oh my gosh. You got to read the room at that point. You know what kind of kicker you're going up against. He's probably the only kicker that can consistently hit from 55 plus. I'll even say 60 plus. Because it was 60 plus that he nailed to send the game to overtime. How do you do that? Russell Wilson played good enough to win you the game. The fact that they could not keep them out of field goal range and it had to go to overtime, that's just a team loss at that point. Because putting that on Russ, that's like everyone putting what happened in the playoffs with the Ravens on Mark Andrews. Plenty of other points in that game to change the outcome.
Well, you could just go back to yesterday in the Eagles game. They're saying, the Chiefs lost because of the tush push and all that. Oh, the Eagles guards false started. Well,
the Chiefs lost because of Travis Kelce.
The Chiefs lost because Patrick Mahomes missed a wide open Tyquan Thornton. They lost it because Andy Reid went for it on his own territory on 4th and 1 and didn't get it. Travis Kelce dropped a touchdown because that's a touchdown. I don't care if he catches that football; it's a touchdown. It's Travis Kelce. Yeah. Oh, and not to mention, one of the top 3 kickers in the league missed a 58-yard field goal, which he usually makes.
Yep.
That's why you lost the game. You didn't lose the game because of a tush push. You lost the game because your team didn't make the proper executions. And yeah, I love that too. Mark Andrews, the reason they lost in Buffalo. What was the excuse this time? What was the excuse last week? Oh, God. What's up, Georgie? Why did the ref move out of his burrow? Because he kept stepping on his toe on the way out. Okay. George, you went too far. George, you just went too far. But
let's see. Anthony asks, "Do you keep Joe Flacco as the starter?" Let's take a look, shall we? Haven't kept up on much Browns statistics. Apologies. They had that close Week 1 game against Cincy. Joe Burrow really did not play. Not Joe Burrow. Joe Flacco, he played decent enough in that game. 2 interceptions definitely does not help you win. Now let's look at yesterday. Yesterday, Joe Flacco, 25 for 45. They're throwing the ball a ton with him. They think he's prime Flacco in Baltimore right now. 199 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Not that good. But then it looks like they put Dylan Gabriel out, 3 for 3, 19 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I think the Browns, that's the one team. I always said Flacco was going to be the starter day one. Never said how long it was going to last.
Nope, no one ever said that.
I thought it might have lasted 4 to 5 weeks. We could see them just say, screw it. Let's start Gabriel in week 3. See what happens. If he doesn't do good, you either put Flacco back out there or you give Shedeur a shot.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, yes, these are back.
Oh, man.
That's okay. It's gone. Just like that. I'll go in the Facebook chat. I'll go check the Facebook chat and just confirm it.
Yes, Georgie, that was a good one.
Dang you, George. You had to do it to me. You just had to do it. You just had to do it. George just loves to torture me. Yep, confirmation. It is officially gone. So we're good. It's still there in the restream chat, but it's gone. But in other news, yeah, I just the Browns, they baffle me.
So the Browns. What else can you say?
George said they're not going to start the rookies. It's the Ravens. Come on now, Browns defense is bad. Well, he shouldn't be. He got the highest paid player in the league. He was supposed to be the anchor of that. Maybe we should have a talk then.
Can we talk about one thing of the Ravens, though? Derrick Henry, only 11 carries for 23 yards? After his dominant week 1 against the Bills? He was getting stuffed by the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, Myles Garrett's had a solid start to the year, even though I just made a joke about him. But Mason Graham, 8 total tackles in 2 games. So who knows? I don't know what's going on. Well, I mean, first of all, Derrick Henry had like 200 yards week 1. Is he allowed to have an off game?
11 carries for 23 is kind of wild. That's kind of worse than an off game. All I'm saying is Saquon's not putting up an 11 for 23 game. That's all I'm saying.
Saquon's worst game just came like week 1. And George said the Browns have 0 secondary and 1 linebacker. I mean, they had Denzel Ward. Is Denzel Ward that bad now?
I don't know. Can we trade for Denzel Ward? He's got to be better than Adoree Jackson. I'm just going to say this about almost every single cornerback, too, in the league. Or is Ward still considered cornerback one? I'm pretty sure they got someone who's better than him. What's his name? It's not Newsome, is it?
Yes, Greg Newsome.
It is Newsome?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be the one that's cornerback one.
Oh, big blow to the Buccaneers. Defensive tackle Kalaja Kancey has been downgraded to out for the rest of this game due to a pectoral injury.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. So, tough blow to the Bucs. Kancey's a really good pass rushing defensive tackle.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to another game that we saw, and we did bring it up a little bit earlier. Let's talk about that Lions and Bears game, and what in the world happened there?
The Jared Goff Bowl?
And now I'm going to get into it here with Anthony's previous comment. Caleb Williams stinks.
Yeah, it's almost like we tried to tell people, and then we held out hope. We even changed our own minds. We wanted to give him a shot at success.
Yep. And then I saw Monday, and then I saw yesterday.
He's just not that good.
George, if it's torn completely off the bone, it's not a little injury, buddy. But yeah, I like Ben Johnson. So, I mean, you know what it is? It's again, I said this in a YouTube short on the YouTube channel. It's almost like Caleb Williams is a tremendous athlete playing quarterback. You know those guys in baseball? Oh, he can throw 106 miles an hour. Yeah, but if he doesn't hit the strike zone, it doesn't matter how hard you throw. That's what it's like to Caleb Williams. I don't know if Caleb Williams knows how to be a quarterback. And I know this is a really fair comparison, but let's look at Tom Brady. Tom Brady could lead you on a drive that's 15 plays, all passes, and they're 10 yards each play. First downs, move the chains. First down, move the chains. Caleb Williams either needs to hit you for 50 or he's going to overthrow you because he doesn't know how to put a proper touch on the football. His mechanics are terrible. His footwork has gotten a little better. I'll give him that. Footwork looks a lot better compared to last year. His mechanics are awful. He just doesn't know how to command a game. And Zolt said Detroit got embarrassed last week. Then Ben Johnson came to town feeling much better. You should, Zolt. Jared Goff played amazing.
Yep.
Probably one of the best games of his career. Amon-Ra and him were off and running. Williams.
He only had to complete 23 passes.
Throw 5 touchdowns.
Out of 28 to throw 5 touchdowns and 334 yards.
That's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, might have to pick him up again. Had to drop him for some emergency waivers this week, but
emergency waivers?
Oh yes. When somebody drops Mike Evans, you jump.
It's all right. So I agree. He has the tools. Caleb Williams looks like exactly as advertised. He's got the arm. He's got the freaking. He looks like an NFL quarterback. He does not know how to play like one. Like, you see how what was Jared Goff's numbers from yesterday?
Jared Goff, 23 28, 334, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
I don't think Caleb Williams would ever be able to put a game like that together.
No.
I have zero confidence.
I don't think they expect him to ever put up a game like that.
Well, as the number 1 overall pick, you better learn how to. George, what system does he need to be in? He got the best play caller, head coach candidate on the market.
I mean, we went from, okay, it was just Matt Eberflus and whatever his offensive coordinator was. Then we gave him that benefit of the doubt. Coming to this season, you get Ben Johnson. What more could he have? What system can we put him in to be successful? Because, like, George, I'm all for it. Just like how we're seeing kind of Daniel Jones right now. Put him in a new system, looks pretty damn good. You saw it with Sam Darnold with the Vikings last year. Different system, looked good. But what are we supposed to see? Which team could actually make Caleb Williams look like a star?
No one. Come on, man. We're talking about Caleb Williams in the wrong system. Jaden Daniels, literally, outside of Cliff Kingsbury, has one good wide receiver. Caleb Williams has DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, DeAndre Swift, Colston Loveland. By the way, still the wrong pick. And it showed.
Yeah. Who's got more contributions so far?
Cole Kmet. A new offensive line that is, yes, their tackles are still young and developing. They got 3 Pro Bowlers on the interior. And the best head coaching candidate that was out there this offseason. He's not in the wrong system. The system has the wrong quarterback. The only other thing I could think of with Caleb Williams is that you have Cliff Kingsbury coach him. And he ain't doing that because he's coaching Jaden Daniels. But it came way before that. We said this when they were coming out of college. We thought Jaden Daniels was the better pro. And he so far has been.
Yep.
Now we have to see his health heading into this week because he does have a little bit of a knee sprain that they said could hold him out this week.
Oh, wow.
But speaking, let's talk about that game from last Thursday for a few minutes here. The Packers look good, man.
They do. Packers definitely are a threat. That is not an overreaction. They are definitely going to be a threat this year in the NFC. Let's see. Let's take a look. Micah Parsons, again, registered combined for a half a sack this week. Had 1 sack last week. Rashawn Gary, sack. Edgerrin Cooper, half a sack. And then offensively, Jordan Love. A lot of criticism last year. He looks healthy and he looks comfortable.
Lord, I personally don't think he would. I think he may look better, but I just don't know.
Daniels' accuracy running outside of the pocket and extending plays, that's what separates him from Caleb Williams. I couldn't see Caleb Williams. Yes, Caleb Williams can scramble. I don't think he has that arm talent on the run like Jaden Daniels does.
Oh, I think he does. I don't think he doesn't know how to be accurate. Like, that's just the thing. Jaden Daniels is just more of an accurate passer than Caleb Williams. He knows how to put touch on the football and actually know what he's doing with the ball. Caleb Williams has one speed. Throw the ball 100 miles an hour or bust. That's the problem. George, the way that defense is looking, I don't know about that. Now, their offense hasn't looked completely great, but it looks better because Jordan Love is healthy. The offensive line was banged up against Washington. Zach Tom was out, and so was Morgan. He was out, so they were missing 2 guys, but they got the football out quick.
One of their biggest things is the emergence of Tucker Kraft being healthy.
Hold on, George. The Packers' next 5 games are Cleveland, Dallas, Bengals, Cardinals, Steelers. And then after that is the Panthers. They don't play a legit contender until November the 10th against Philly. They're not going to look like nothing except still a good team. But I don't know. I think the Packers personally look good. I think Jordan Love looks healthy compared to last year. I mean, I hurt the last play of the first week last year in Brazil. And honestly, I don't think he was healthy throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, it was definitely lingering the whole year.
So, but yeah, I'm confident in that they'll look just fine for probably foreseeable future. But shall we get into some around the NFL and then we'll look at the new AP Top 25 and call it a night?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First off, all right. So, no, we're not predicting the Monday night game for the doubleheader. That does not count. We did that last week. All right. Moving on to it. Week 3. We are going to kick things off, guys. With Thursday Night Football, Bills hosting the Dolphins. Not answering this one. We already know the answer.
Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, okay, buddy. The line's 12.5. Go ahead, FanDuel up.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, now we start off our slew of 1 o'clock games. Eagles hosting the Rams. Eagles are a -3.5 at home.
We get to welcome in, for the first time in a while, the Rams to Philadelphia. We usually travel out west for that. You know what? I'm going to say Eagles are winning that game. They're finally going to start to show people what they're made of. I feel like Patula will have a better game plan to execute against the Rams. You know, a team that's weaker against the run. Saquon's been known to tear them up. They haven't made themselves any better against stopping the run, and I don't think they're that great secondary-wise either. So I think we're going to see a strong offensive performance. Give it the Eagles.
I'm going to go Eagles. I think Patullo and them are going to come out throwing the ball. I think they're going to try to open up the lanes for Saquon early.
Oh, yeah.
I think they're going to want to try to prove that this passing offense is fine. I think Patullo is just learning on the fly. A lot of high expectations due to the fact that this team's coming off a Super Bowl, yada, etc. Again, it's week 3. I don't care. I'll go Birds. Rams haven't looked overly scary the first 2 weeks anyway. All right, next up we have an AFC South battle. We have Titans hosting the Colts. Colts line is -3.5.
Give me the Colts rolling to 3-0 with Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. I'm gonna go with I'll go with the Colts. I'm riding high with Danny Dimes right now. Well, then we got this game. Pats hosting Pittsburgh at New England. New England -1.5 at home.
Give me the Steelers.
I'm rolling with the Patriots. They played really well against Miami. I like Drake May. Played a good game. Give me the Pats. F the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers is throwing guys under the bus at his press conferences again. Screw that. Oh, by the way, speaking of the Steelers, everyone knows Tyler and I have a bet this year. Which Steelers tight end will end with more receiving yards? And this week, once again, went to Pat Freiermuth. 31 yards to Jonnu Smith's 27.
That's still close.
Don't matter.
Do you understand? Because all it's going to take is one big game.
59.
One big
so
game.
I'm currently leading you 59-42 in this bet.
That's fine. I'm cool with that. That's like one catch.
And we will both honor the bet at the end of the season, correct?
Yes, we will.
I'm honoring. I got the Zelle ready. Don't worry.
You better have the Zelle ready.
Hey, you go home. I'm going $5, baby. Let's go. My money. All right. Next up, we got Bucks hosting the Jets. Bucks are a -6.5 in their home opener. Justin Fields is in the concussion protocol. Just remember that. So we Tyrod Taylor.
Give me Tyrod for the comeback. No, I'm just playing. I'm not that crazy. Oh, man. They don't have a chance.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Bucks. Give me a break. All right. Next up, we've got Commanders hosting the Raiders. Washington is a -3.5, but there is a chance that Jaden Daniels is not playing in this game.
If Jaden Daniels doesn't play, give me Vegas for the upset. If Jaden Daniels plays, give me the Commanders with a close win.
I'm going to go with you on that one. Yeah, give me the Raiders if Daniels doesn't play. Even if he does, I'm going with the Commanders. All right, next up, we got the Falcons on the road at Carolina. Atlanta is a -5.5 on the road. Holy crap.
Give me Atlanta. There's nothing outside of Ted McMillan that gives me hope for the Carolina Panthers.
I'm officially out on Bryce Young. I'm done.
Bryce
Turnover
Young
Central.
stinks.
All right, let me look real quick. Give me 1 second here. All right, here we go. All right. All right, next up, we got Vikings -2.5 at home against the Bengals. This will be Carson Wentz and Jake Browning. Oh, my God. Can we pick a tie?
Give me the Bengals.
Really?
They'll move the ball better than the Vikings.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
No Aaron Jones, Vikings aren't moving the football. I'll be lucky if this is the week that I can actually get 5 catches from both TJ Hawkinson and Justin Jefferson in the same game.
Lights, please.
What in the world?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, let me tell you a little off-camera story real quick. Back in 2016, the Philadelphia Eagles had the second overall pick in the draft. And they took a kid from North Dakota State. This guy was everything you wanted in a quarterback. He had the arm, he had the wheels, he had the mobility in the pocket, he had the elusiveness, he had the it factor. Unfortunately, injuries and multiple circumstances hindered that poor man's career. So now, if you would just give me one moment, please. That man was the MVP of the league back in 2017. Unfortunately, he did not get a chance to live up to that hype due to injuries and just so many other things that happened. He went on to lose his job to Jalen Hurts, which I'm not upset about. Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback the Eagles have had since in a long time, so I'm not upset about anything like that. Let me explain that real quickly. That's all I want to say. I want to say there. I am not upset about the situation that has endured when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles because of how good this team has been with Jalen Hurts. I am not upset. So let me just explain myself real quick. Since leaving the
Sam,
Eagles,
if you come back on this camera with a Carson Wentz jersey on, I'm ending the show.
if I can see Kevin O'Connell save Sam Darnold, if I could see Kevin O'Connell save Daniel Jones, because I'm giving him some credit for this because of how Daniel Jones has looked this year, because he did spend some time in Minnesota. And now, after being robbed of the opportunity in 2020 because of Jalen Reagor, this guy finally gets to play with Justin Jefferson. I don't give a damn about Jake Browning. Give me number 11 for the dub. And Kevin O'Connell is going to fix this man. He's going to fix this man. Kevin O'Connell is going to fix what we all saw. Because I will always be on the Wentz wagon. I love me Jalen Hurts. I don't regret a thing that's happened. It was a marriage that had to end. It's like Andy back in 2012. He had to go. The Eagles needed to separate from him. Both worked out. The Eagles won 2 Super Bowls since firing Andy Reid. Andy Reid's won 3 with KC. Needed to happen. Carson Wentz and the Eagles had to happen. But give me number 11 for the dub on Sunday. 300 passing yards, 3 tutties, 2 to Justin Jefferson. Let's
Sam,
go.
did that high altitude mess with your head? Do you know what year we're in? Can you tell me
Yes,
the date?
I do.
Today's date? Can you tell me today's date, please?
It is September the 15th, 2025, and I'm calling the Carson Wentz Revenge Tour.
Sam, it's been almost a decade. It's been almost a whole decade.
I'm not even going to know who J.J. McCarthy is in 2 weeks.
I don't even think Vikings fans know who J.J. McCarthy is now.
Well, they're not going to.
Oh, my God.
Because 11's going to light that defense in Cincy up this weekend. Let's go.
Georgie's lucky I'm too nice. I should have just ended the show. Should have just ended it. We wouldn't have gotten to college football tonight.
Oh, that was a great promo.
Gosh.
That was great.
Sam, you did all that just to watch Jake Browning outperform Carson Wentz.
We can come back to this next week then.
Oh my goodness.
All right, let's get back down to reality real quick. It's almost 9 o'clock and I'm exhausted. All right, Jacksonville at home against Houston. Jags are -1.5.
I don't care what the Jags are. The Jags are losing.
You're going with the Texans. I'm going with the Jags. Jags haven't looked great, but the Texans haven't shown me much either.
Oh, they're going to show you something playing the Jags. Just you wait.
Yeah, I got you. I'm still going with the Jags, though. Okay. So, all right. Next up, we got, oh, God. Packers at Browns. Packers -7.5 on the road. Go, Pack, go. Yeah. Here's where it gets interesting. Chargers at home against Denver. Chargers are -2.5 at home.
You know, that's tough because we're still kind of awaiting the results of tonight's game. I know I'm waiting at least. I don't like predicting this based off of their week 1 win against the Chiefs. I need to
Yeah.
see them perform well 2 weeks in a row against a solid Vegas team. So they are at home. All things aside, give me the Chargers in a close game.
You're going Chargers in a close game. I'll agree with you. I'll go Chargers in a close game too. Because, yeah, I like that one. All right. Next up, we got Seahawks at home against New Orleans. Seahawks -7.5.
Yeah, Seattle's going to win that game. They should blow the doors off of New Orleans. New Orleans just stinks.
All right. Yeah, I'll go Seattle. Niners hosting the Cardinals. Niners are -1.5 at home. I'm going with the Cardinals. I do not trust Mac Jones.
Give me. Oh no. Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
Not in love with the Niners yet, and I mean I would be if they weren't so banged up. But no Kittle. I mean, yes, Mac Jones played well. The Saints suck.
They barely scraped out the Saints.
All right. Next up, we got what I'm assuming is America's game of the week. Cowboys on the road in Chicago. Bears are a -1.5 at home.
Give me Dallas. Because at least they have an offensive identity.
Dak's playing good football right now. I can't even hate.
It's regular season Dak. As long as you don't get your hopes up, Cowboys fans, you'll be all right. Oh, another deep ball. Oh, incomplete.
Oh wait, are you ahead of me? No, I'm ahead of you.
Nah, no way. I'm ahead of you.
Oh, there goes Bucky. All right, and now we go to Sunday Night Football. Chiefs on the road in New York at the Giants. Chiefs -5.5 on the road.
Man, the Chiefs aren't gonna get whooped on their East Coast visit. The Giants stink. They're just gonna be a very gracious host, and the Chiefs are gonna walk all over them and get their first win of the season.
Let me go back to my wrestling promo real quick. Let me tell you another story. No, I'm just kidding. Give me the Chiefs. Get out of here.
What story are you about to tell me? Of Jameis Winston? And how he once stole crab legs?
He's still doing it. All right. Last but not least, Monday Night Football. Lions at Ravens. Ravens are a -5.5 at home.
Give me. Damn. Get another good game. Baltimore at home. 5.5 point favorite. Detroit coming off of this crazy win this week. Baltimore's defense. That's tough. Baltimore being at home. Give me the hometown team. Baltimore beating Detroit in a close game. Very close. I'm talking field goal win.
I'm going to go Lions for the upset. I know it's not much of an upset if they did, but give me the Lions. Baltimore's been very inconsistent so far for me, so I'm riding with One Pride. All right, hour and 40 minutes of NFL talk. Not bad. Before we get out of here tonight, let's get into the last little segment of the show. Oh, boom! Some AP Top 25. Tyler, where the hell's Clemson at?
Clemson got bounced because they sucked.
True.
How do you put yourself in a position against an in-conference team to lose by a field goal? Georgia Tech's now 3-0. And they won their first ACC matchup against the ranked Clemson. So, yeah, a 1-2 start out of Clemson, you don't deserve to be anywhere near the top 25 with that. So I'm very glad they made the right choice, bounced Clemson on out of there. There's a lot of more deserving teams that should be in there. And I love to see that Georgia Tech got pushed up a little bit into 18. Shocking team, Vanderbilt. Wow. They started off the season 3-0. They knocked off number 11 South Carolina, another team that, if I'm not blind, is bounced out of the top 25. Man, poor South Carolina. Had a lot. I still have high hopes for them this year. I think they'll find their way back. But
well, we gotta see what that Sellers in. We gotta see that Sellers injury and see what happens.
Yeah. If they lose him, then it is over. But 31-7 is bad.
That is bad. All right, so shout out to USC for getting back in the top 25. Only took Lincoln Riley 2 years.
Yep.
But Georgia Tech, awesome. Missouri still hanging in there. Bo Pribula, happy to see it. Notre Dame, yikes. 2 ranked losses in a row, not looking good for the playoff. I don't know how they're going to recover.
I like the spot for Tennessee at 15.
Yeah, they stay right where they should. Now, I have a couple issues. I have one glaring issue. Georgia got by Tennessee only by a touchdown, only because of a missed field goal.
Yep.
Miami has looked very good, so I'm going to try to disqualify them out of this conversation a little bit. LSU did not. Their offense has not fully clicked yet so far this year. Penn State is having trouble covering against teams that have no rights to be on the field with some with some high school teams, better than college. Who the hell is Oregon only the 6th best team in the country?
I wish I had an answer.
In my opinion, Oregon's the best team in the country right now. They've looked better than Ohio State has.
Yeah. I guess they're looking at it as, let's take Miami for the example. They did beat what was the 18th ranked South Florida, who was riding high off their 2 upset wins. They knocked them off. They made easy work of them. Oregon, they blew out Northwestern. 20-point win. That should happen. And the 2 touchdowns were in the 4th quarter, so garbage time touchdowns. LSU's been winning some good football games. I know you said they're not really clicking. You don't think they're clicking that well. I think they're still playing good football.
They're still playing good football. Look, Ohio State, LSU, and Penn State they are playing good football. They're winning football games. That's what matters the most. The problem is I think Oregon has looked better in all their wins than those 3 teams.
So let's see. Who has Oregon played so far? So, Sam, now there's this. They've played, I got to click on this because I don't know what it stands for, Montana State.
Okay.
Oklahoma State, who used to have a good football program.
Okay.
and Northwestern. And then they play their in-state rivalry, Oregon State, next weekend, which you're
All
going to
of
blow
the
the doors off of them as well.
Tyler, Penn State has played Nevada, FIU, and freaking Villanova.
I do get that. I do. So in terms of comparing them to Oregon, yeah, they should be higher. But definitely, let's take Miami for example. They knocked off number 6 Notre Dame. They beat
Yep.
BCU, who they should have. They blew them out, and then they beat another ranked USF. 2 ranked teams and 3-0. That's going to get you higher. You could even argue that should put them higher than Penn State.
I would not be upset with that because I'll tell you right now, from what I saw on Saturday when we were there and over the past 2 weeks, Penn State does not look like they are ready to compete with Oregon in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Another interesting one is Georgia. Miami or not Miami. Pull up the list again.
One moment, please. There you go.
Oregon. Oregon should not be higher than Georgia. Georgia's only beat one ranked opponent, and they just beat Tennessee. They only beat Is this Appalachian State? No, this is Austin Peay. See, they're beating these teams. I don't even know what the abbreviations are for. Austin Peay State University, and they blew out Marshall. Okay, cool. They have more ranked games throughout the rest of the season, so that's fine. But 2 ranked wins from Miami, that should get you higher than the 6th spot.
I agree. I completely agree.
So I see where you're coming from with it.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just, for one, I don't. I think Oregon's looked really good this year, and I don't understand why they're not getting the respect they deserve. But it is what it is. The AP poll is always insane the first few weeks of the year. I guess we'll have to wait to see how the playoff poll comes out in a few months. So that's where we'll really get the idea of all this stuff.
Yep.
But anything else you want to talk about?
That's about it.
All right. Well, let me just Revenge Tour this Sunday, Minnesota. It's happening, people. It's happening. If it doesn't happen,
You're welcome, everybody. I saved you from hearing something ridiculous. Oh, hey,
as I was saying,
as you were saying,
if
nothing
it doesn't
about Wentz.
If it happens, if he looks like crap, I'll jump off the wagon forever.
Sam, the wagon was already drowned in the ocean.
We said the same thing about Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold was a little bit younger in his career, at least.
It don't matter.
It
doesn't matter. Look what Kevin O'Connell can do with a veteran quarterback.
I can see. I like how you added on the veteran quarterback.
JJ's played, 2 games? Carson Wentz has been in the league for almost 10 years. So
I was told by everybody that he was going to have JJ looking like a star coming out.
I also think a lot of bigger the issue with the Vikings is Christian Darrisaw not being there.
Yeah.
That injury has killed them all year so far. So, yeah. I'm rolling with that, I think. But anyway, Tyler, another good show. Another very good show here tonight. Anything else you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
That's about it for me.
All right, everyone. We're going to get up on out of here. Hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode. A lot of football talk. We'll be back next Monday for week 3, the recap of week 3, week 4 around the NFL. The new AP Top 25 will be out. It will be very interesting to see now that Penn State's on a bye, see if they get jumped for number 2. Do they stay the same? I personally don't like how teams get byes and they kind of get to stay in their spot because, they didn't play. It doesn't matter. But anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode. If you weren't able to catch us live tonight, Spotify will be dropping on Wednesday. So hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. Thank you all for joining us tonight, and we will see you guys next time. For Tyler Adams, I'm Sam Nelson. Good night, everybody.